Did you know that an English manager has never won the Premier League, despite the league being established over 30 years ago? Or that Balotelli's only Premier League assist was for Sergio Aguero's title-winning goal against QPR in 2012? Yes, the world of football is full of incredibly fascinating facts that are more like conspiracies or even destiny. And in today's episode of the Blue Card channel, we delve deep into these secrets and conspiracies that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the great game. But before we get started, don't forget to click the notification button for more content like this. So now, let's get back to business. We'll start with the more popular facts that some of you may already know, and as the video progresses, we'll delve deeper into lesser known mysteries. First of all, you probably know that the age difference between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, 869 days, is exactly the same as the difference between their firstborn sons, Cristiano Jr. and Thiago Messi. Or what about Antoine Griezmann, who has a similar one? Again related to his kids? The 2018 World Cup winner with France has 3 children, all girls. So far, everything sounds normal. But how would you react if we told you that they were born on the same day, 8th of April, but in 3 different years? Mia in 2016, Amaro in 2019, and Albert in 2021. It seems that Antoine tends to release the pressure in July, after the season is over, if you know what I mean.
Nice.
Let's move on to a fact about Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Yes, the Swede is the man with perhaps the biggest ego in football. He has won plenty of trophies, but the biggest failure of his career is him not being able to win the Champions League. Not only that, but Zlatan has played for 6 clubs that have historically won the trophy, but he has still failed to add the trophy to his cabinet. The closest he came was in 2010, when Barcelona were knocked out of the semi-finals by Inter. Strangely enough, Barca managed to win the trophy this year before and the year after. Something Zlatan must regret. Well, hold on for the next one, because this one is crazy. In 2012, Lionel Messi managed to score a staggering 91 goals in a calendar year, a record that is unlikely to be broken anytime soon, unless another player of Messi's caliber comes along. Even crazier is the fact that in doing so, Messi has outscored some of the world's top clubs, including Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United and PSG. The following is a fact that continues to amaze fans and call FIFA's regulations into question. Olivier Giroud's scorpion kick against Crystal Palace in 2017 and Mohamed Salah's solo goal against Everton in 2018 were undoubtedly works of art in their own right. Not surprisingly, they both won FIFA's Puskas award for the most beautiful goal of the year. Now, how would you react if we told you that neither of them actually won the Premier League's Goal of the Month award? Where's the logic? Now, you want to talk a little bit about fair play. Football used to be a much rougher sport than it is now. Players dared to cross the ethical line because they knew that the punishment would not be as severe as it is now. The next 2 gentlemen, however, will surprise you with their astonishingly clean play. Philipp Lahm, Bayern Munich's long-serving defender, didn't commit a single foul in the Bundesliga between September 2014 and October 2015, a period in which he made 24 appearances, 11 months without a foul. Wow. The next one is even more unbelievable in our books. Do you know of any player who has never been booked in his career? Well, we'll give you a hint. There is one, and his name is Gary Lineker. The former Barcelona and Tottenham striker has gone through his entire career without receiving either a yellow or a red card. These 2 would definitely have won the Fair Play award if it had been awarded back then. Which of these 2 is more impressive? Let us know in the comments section. English club Nottingham Forest, who are on the brink of relegation this season, have more Champions League titles than some of the most iconic teams in modern football. Yes, Forest have 2 European Cups to their name, while the likes of PSG, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid and Tottenham Hotspur have 0 titles between them. However, it is fair to say that the first 3 mentioned have a chance of doing so this year as they're in the quarterfinals. PSG will play Barcelona, Arsenal will face Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid will take on Borussia Dortmund. Another fact you may have come across is the number of goals scored in each of the 90 minutes of a football match. In fact, the players who have achieved this are arguably the best goal scorers in recent history: Cristiano Ronaldo, Luis Suarez, Robert Lewandowski and Zlatan. You might ask, so where's Messi? Well, Leo may have time to equal that record at Inter Miami, as he scored at least 1 goal in every 90 minutes except the first. Yes, that's right, Messi has never managed to score in the first 60 seconds of a match. Another interesting fact is about players who have scored, assisted and put the ball in their own net in a single match. Incredible or not, the fact is that there is only 3 players in history who have done this: Wayne Rooney, Gareth Bale and Heung-min Son. Some names, eh? Rooney did it in 2012 against Stoke City while playing for Man U, while the other two did it while playing for Spurs. Yes, this conspiracy certainly sounds like the most Spurs thing we could think of, doesn't it? Bale made a glorious assist against Liverpool in 2012, but also scored 2 goals, one at the right end of the pitch and one at the wrong. Son, on the other hand, did it relatively quickly against Man City at the Etihad this season. Now that the first 10 are out the way, let's make things even spicier by discussing this question we asked you at the beginning. Yes, indeed, no English manager has ever won the Premier League, even though it was introduced in 1992, over 30 years ago. In terms of nationality, Scotland leads the way with 13, all won by the great Sir Alex Ferguson. In second place is Spain, again represented by a single coach, Pep Guardiola with 5. Then comes Italy with 4 Premier League titles, each won by a different coach. Carlo Ancelotti with Chelsea, Roberto Mancini with Man City, Claudio Ranieri with Leicester, and Antonio Conte with Chelsea. And what crazy football facts would we make if we didn't include Harry Maguire? We bet you've heard of this one. Aside from being the most expensive centre-back in the world at one point in his career, Maguire has something far more negative to boast about. The England international has suffered 4 relegations in his career, 2 of them in the same season. The first came with Sheffield United from the Championship in 2010-2011, and the last with Hull City from the Premier League in 2016-17. The second and third, however, are far more intriguing. Maguire started the 2014-15 season with Hull City, but the team decided to send him out on loan to Wigan until the end of the season. Well, as it turned out, Hull City were relegated from the Premier League, while Wigan suffered a similar fate but were relegated from the Championship. What do you know about Lionel Messi? Yes, he has won an incredible number of team and individual awards, including the World Cup, 4 Champions Leagues, 10 La Liga titles, 8 Ballon d'Ors, and so on. Yes, but have you ever noticed that Messi is actually the only footballer to have won the most prestigious individual award in 3 different decades? This is mainly due to the awards in 2009, 2021 and 2023, and his other 5 were won in the 2010s. And if we're talking about one of the GOATs, it's fair to acknowledge the other, Cristiano Ronaldo. Portuguese's prime is wildly believed to have been in 2016, when he sensationally managed to win 4 incredibly prestigious trophies: Champions League, European Super Cup and Club World Cup with Real Madrid, as well as the Euros with Portugal. And how about we talk about Mario Balotelli's assist for Aguero in 2012? Wow, truly one of the most epic moments in football and undoubtedly the most sensational end to a Premier League season ever. And yet, as crazy as it may sound, the fact remains that Balotelli only managed 1 assist for Man City in the Premier League, despite making 54 appearances for the Citizens over the course of 3 years. And can you imagine making your European debut on the same night as winning your club's most prestigious trophy? Well, that's what former Chelsea player Ryan Bertrand did in 2012. Bertrand, then 23, had to start the game from the first minute as a number of Chelsea players, including Branislav Ivanovic and Ramirez, were suspended. In the end, the Blues managed to win the title in dramatic fashion, and most impressively, Bertrand played as a left winger despite never having had to feature in an attacking role before. Now, let's talk about one of the most underrated players of the last generation. Yes, Thomas Muller has achieved some incredible things in his career. He's won absolutely everything possible, and on top of that, he has an incredible sense of humour. But did you know that he's never scored a goal at a European Championship, despite having played 15 games for Germany? For comparison, he is one of the top scorers at World Cups, with 10 goals to his name. But still, he's never managed to find the back of the net at Euros. He may get his chance at this summer's tournament. Now, hold on, because this next one is mad. Playing strong at home is a virtue that every great team cherishes. It's no coincidence that some teams' home stadium have become fortresses rather than just stadiums. Barcelona's Camp Nou, Liverpool's Anfield, and Bayern Munich's Allianz Arena. But could you imagine not losing at home for 9 consecutive years? Yes, Jose Mourinho achieved that mad feat between 2002 and 2011. That record lasted 150 matches, and during that time, Mourinho was in charge of Porto, Chelsea and Real Madrid. He's called the special one for a reason. And now, one of the most beautiful and dramatic stories in football ever. In 1992, Denmark failed to qualify for the European Championship after losing to Yugoslavia in the qualifying rounds. The latter, however, were banned from the competition by United Nations sanctions due to the country's political problems. A few days before the start of the tournament, Denmark were allowed to enter the tournament as the lucky losers. Well, they went on to win the entire Euros after beating Germany 2-0 in the final. Another interesting fact is that Michael Laudrup, considered the best Danish footballer in history, had disagreements with the coach and took a 3-year break from the national team and did not take part in the tournament. Now, do you know what a papal conclave is? It's an assembly of cardinal electors after the death of the Pope or to elect a new Pope. Basically, the electors gather for a few days, discuss who should be the next Pope, and then elect him. Did you know that the conclave has left a mark on football history, and more specifically that of Barcelona? Interestingly, the Spanish giant has played 3 matches in its history during a papal conclave, and amazingly has won all 3 by 4-0, in 1958 against Real Madrid, in 1978 against Las Palmas, and in 23 against Milan. Most of us probably remember the last one, when Barca made a second leg comeback against the Rossoneri in the Champions League after trailing by 2-0. Yes, they were some amazing facts and conspiracies, but there are thousands and thousands more. So if you enjoyed it, you can leave a like and subscribe for part 2. Also, don't hesitate to go straight to some of our last uploads, in which we discuss other interesting stuff in the world of football. For now, take care, and until next time.